Hello, everybody, and welcome again to Grindslime TV with me, your host, Aaron. Woof! Just on my Gaffacles video, bust this one out in all. We're talking about an absolute classic. I'm talking 1982. Yeah, that's 3 years away from the 70s. That's that maths again I keep telling you about. You got yourself Barbara Hershey, Ron Silver, acting absolute powerhouses in The Entity. Now this is was considered a pretty dodgy flick. This is hard to get hold of. Like even now, I mean, I managed obviously, because it ain't as difficult as people make it out to be. But finding it at a reasonable price might be. But I got lucky, so one of those always good. What's this movie about, Aaron? It looks sexy. Well, there was this woman back in the 70s, right? Called Carol Moran, and it was said that she was getting raped by a poltergeist. Yeah, yeah. This is a movie about all that. And yes, it does have boobies in it. So rest assured, you're good. All right, and they're a good pair too. Banging. But like I said, Barbara Hershey and Ron Silver, absolutely fantastic in this. If you're wondering who Ron Silver is, he was also in Time Cop with the actor Meister Jean-Claude Van Damme, the muscles from Brussels. Oh, kind of like these guys. I think they're from Brussels. But, that's not what we're talking about. Boom. So, this is one of those movies which is just straight from the start. Let's go. It just throws you in. It's like, this is what this movie's about. Now you've got 2 hours to try and figure it out for yourself. With hints along the way. Is this lady getting raped by poltergeist? Or is she just bloody mental? Ron Silver plays the psychologist trying to help her through it, but she ain't having none of it. No, and why should she? She's getting uninvited portions on the regular. Ain't nobody got time for that. So even ghosts can be knobs. They say, oh, don't speak ill of the dead. Well, he seems like a cunt, and he's been dead for ages probably. Now, if you're the biggest horror hound, oh, is it gore and all this stuff? This is a psychological horror, but it is mean. And for those of you who are, horror inclined and like to look a little bit further into these things, you got visual effects by William Curse, Joe Lombardi, and Stan motherfucking Winston. All right, this don't play around. This has got heavy hitters. There's the back there, look. So it's all going on. Oh, yeah. Now, this is, some might consider it a slow burn. I think it's a great fucking movie. I think, you can still be a great movie and be a slow burn at the same time. Of course you can. You ever see that movie, The Platform? It's a fucking masterpiece. I still need to see the second one, actually. I've got to get on that. But this, for me, it just keeps you guessing all the way through. And because it's based on a true story, you got to sit there and try and put your head into your mind into the mind of those people that were involved, and you read the stuff about it afterwards, and it's like, I don't believe in any of that shit or whatever, but it lets you take away from it and make your own kind of do you know what I mean? Like you sit there and be like, oh, maybe it was this, or maybe it weren't a poltergeist, but it was actually whatever. 'Cause I don't want to give any spoilers away. Fuck that. So this is definitely worth a go, and it breaks a lot of the cliches as well, and particularly a movie this early, because for years afterwards, even now, they do the whole, oh yeah, well, we don't believe you. Ooh, and it's not till the third act that we all suddenly go, oh, sorry, I didn't believe you. Fuck off. No, 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 no. This is just like, whoa, what? So you sit there and you're like, oh yeah, they're all going to be like, don't believe me. And you're like, saw that. Fucking, yeah, we're in. And it's really great pacing, I think, for a movie that's pretty much based around just talking, and I say minimal violence. I mean, there's invisible rape scenes going on, but Barbara Hershey absolutely smashes it in this film. She seems genuinely distressed when she's getting attacked. She throws her body into these sort of spasms and positions that is just like, mate, she looks like she's going through a bad time. You know, with some of those movies when they're sort of like, going, oh, I'm in so much pain. It's like, mate, you look like a footballer. You just get up. But no, not in this one. This is a really, really good movie. Everyone brings their A game. Really overlooked, really underrated, and it is just genuinely a really. It's. I find it very absorbing. Each time I watch it, I'm just sort of I'm invested, and I think that acting goes a long way towards that. Like, particularly, like I say, from Barbara Hershey and Ron Silver, because both of them they've got such a good chemistry on the screen together. Like they got that genuine kind of care slash resentment thing going on with each other. Really, really good. And it, like I said, it breaks a bunch of the whole sort of rules that you would expect from other movie tropes to be thrown around. Well, not with this one. The entity, or as they call it up north, tentity, is definitely worth your time. And if you can get a copy, cool. Um, I don't know if it's streaming anywhere because whenever I've looked in the past, I couldn't fucking find it for love nor money. And the ones I did, they wanted like stupid amounts of money. So, boom, get on eBay or whatever it is, and find the entity from 1982. Absolute belter. So that's it from me today. Have fun.